Something is going on out there, and I think we agents, okay, I'm saying we because I'm included too, we agents are the cause of it. We are directly or indirectly turning our buyers into gamblers, and all because I believe it's all because we do not understand what loss aversion is. In this video, I'm going to show you how a simple deposit can lead to bankruptcy, can lead to foreclosure, can lead to so much trouble financially and otherwise for buyers. How buyers come to buy real estate and they end up turning into gamblers. This is the right property where I bring you information before deals. My name is Yemiadegorite. I'm an agent in the GTA, and if you want to work with me, my information is at the bottom. In this video, I want us to walk through how a deal goes in real estate. I'm talking about residential deals right now, okay? Because this is where most people come in. They don't have the information they need, and they just trust, I mean, complete trust, that whatever the agent is saying is true. Because agents are bound by, you know, laws and rules and ethics and all that stuff. And a normal person coming in to do business with us believes, as an agent, you're looking out for their best interest, which is supposed to be. However, the beginning of a deal, agents simply tell you, oh, for the sellers to take you seriously, you got to drop a deposit. The buyer usually goes, how much is that? There is no fixed amount. All right. However, because of the purchase price, you find the buyer agent. This is the agent that the buyer's trusting to guide them through. Starts telling them, oh no, you can't drop that. That's too small. They're gonna think it's an insult. The way I see it, okay, is if my offer is good enough, the seller shouldn't care about what I'm depositing, because naturally, I'm not gonna walk to you on the street and give you 20,000 for no reason. You say it's a show of good faith, but you don't want anything less than 20,000. Sometimes they say 40,000 is even too little. I mean, we agents are calling the shots for the buyers. However, have we ever stopped to ask ourselves that if things go upside down, can this buyer afford to walk away from this 40,000? And that's where the problem begins. Because as soon as things starts going upside down, the only thing in the mind of the buyer at that point is my 40,000. And that's where loss aversion comes in. Let me explain the simple logic for you. This is a psychological effect. For you to lose 40,000 right now, it will be twice as painful for me to walk up to you, random day, random time, maybe you don't even know me, and I give you 40,000. The joy you get from me giving you 40,000 is not up to the pain you feel for you losing 40,000. So we're talking the same amount of money, but you feel it twice as much when you lose it. And for you not to lose it, this is when people start going crazy, getting mortgage from weird places, private mortgages from friends, from families. They just go on a borrowing spree because they're trying to save 40,000, which we never asked them if it was okay for them to walk away from if the deal goes south? We never had that discussion with them. They dropped it on good faith, but then they realized halfway that they can't get it back on good faith. So what happens? They borrow all this money and with crazy interest rate, and then they close the house. Everybody's happy. The agent walks away with their commission, and then the mortgage is left for the buyer to start paying. And at the end of the day, it could lead to a foreclosure because the interest rate that we're agreeing to was not at the top of their mind. What was there was the 40,000 they were about to lose. That's the loss aversion. They were acting on that psychological phenomena that I'm gonna do everything possible for me not to lose this 40,000. And then they get themselves into a deeper financial mess. And at the end of the day, they lose the house. They might have a family breakup. They might have their family members in the mess with them when they have to declare bankruptcy after the foreclosure and the borrowers can't get all their money back. Watch my video. I talked about that. There's so many things that can happen from a foreclosure. I'm actually talking about this issue because currently I have four different foreclosures around me. Like when I started real estate years ago, I never heard of one single foreclosure. Now I have four. I'm trying to put offer in for two, and I know two people that are losing their houses due to foreclosure. I mean, their mortgage was like 7,000 plus. What in the world would make anybody complete a transaction at a $7,000 mortgage? Because they probably did not want to lose whatever they had down as deposit. So, as agents, when we're out there dealing with people, let's know what they can afford to walk away from before we start suggesting how much the deposit should be. The deposit is a good faith. All right? Let's make it that. Because we're on the seller side don't mean we start calling the shots like we don't even know what buyers are going through. I work with buyers, I work with sellers. This is not a diss against sellers. This is not a support for buyers. This is just what I have to put out there for agents to start acting right. We can't walk away from 40,000. Most of us can't walk away from 60,000, but we make our clients, buyers, drop that much. Sometimes they even drop over 100,000. And that's another issue. When you're making a deal, the deposit you're getting right now is not going to go to anybody. It's as useless as a, don't let me say the word. It's just sitting there in a real estate trust account. But you still expect the buyer to drop all this money just sitting there. There's no guarantee who even gets it at the end of the day. Because when buyer don't want to walk away from it, the seller can't just get it from the brokerage. They have to go to court. And some judges are acting on common sense right now. They don't give the buyer everything. They try to calculate as much pain and suffering or whatever discomfort the sellers went through and give them a portion that they think it's okay. But sometimes the buyer will lose everything. I mean, there's so much stuff. That's why I call it gambling. All right? Let's stop gambling away people's savings, this is good faith money. Let's keep it that way. All right? Any agent out there that don't agree with me, you can drop a comment. If you think this video is going to help you out, maybe as an agent or someone, also drop a comment. This is just something I felt I need to put out there because right now there's so much foreclosures going on, and we need to know the source of where it's coming from. All right? Like I said, I work with buyers, I work with sellers. I want to see everybody at the top. Okay? That's why I finished my video. That all I want to see is you at the top. Let's start doing deals with the mindset that this deal is going to close. And whatever anybody has to drop for deposit is not even going to matter at that point, because we, the seller agent and the buyer agent, we're both working on closing the deal. All right? So let's stop forcing buyers to become gamblers and gamble their money away if something goes wrong. All I want to do is see you at the top. Subscribe.